Welcome to WordPress Basics Module 1, Pages versus Posts. Hey, I want to thank you for joining me for Module 1 this week. I really appreciate you taking the time, and I hope that these videos from this first module have been helpful. I took a look at that last video, and it was over 22 minutes long, and then the first video was 10 minutes, so you've already had well over 30 minutes of content. And for this last section of Module 1, I wanted to this is more of tips of when you're getting ready to use these pages versus posts. You know, the heart of the content will either be your pages that make up your website, or they'll also be your blog where that information actually comes from the post area. But I noticed sometimes when I'm going in and helping a client redo their website, they might have gotten into WordPress, before they came to me, and they will have a little bit of confusion where they'll post something in the post section that technically should be a page, or there'll be something in the pages area that I'm thinking this is more of a blog post. So I kind of think that that's because of the layouts of the pages and posts. If you're not careful, you can, and I've done this. I've been working with WordPress since 2005, and I do this occasionally. You just happen to click on one, and they do look the same. I'm just going to go ahead and click on posts. Here are posts. I'm going to do an add new post. And notice, it has a place for a title. It has a place for you to put your information. Now I'm going to do a open link in new tab, and I want to do that so I can kind of have them side by side a little bit. And I'm going to choose add new page. Notice once again, this is an add new page. There's the title. There's a place to put text. So I'm clicking back and forth between these. And it's real easy, especially if you're not paying attention, to put content in the wrong place. And you can, of course, fix it later. But I have done this myself, and I put content in as, say, a page. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is a blog post. So now I have to copy and paste what I put over here over into a post. Well, there's a kind of a simple method to kind of figure out where you are. Just a couple of, I call them landmarks, so to speak. When you're talking about a post, and it's just something you have to be aware of course, you obviously have a add new post at the top, and there's a push pin. Over here, you have add new page, and it actually kind of gives you an icon that looks like a page. But other than that, if you're looking, when you go over to the right side where you have your published area, you can save as a draft. You can make it public. You can schedule it. You can do the same thing on a post. You can make it a draft, make it where you publish it, or schedule it. So the one thing that I noticed, and we'll talk about these later, is the differences happen the farther you go down the page. For example, this format is something that's kind of new that has come in with posting. And I'll talk about that a little later. This came from, I think, what they call kind of the micro blogging that takes place. If you've ever had a Tumblr, a blog, this is kind of that format that they've kind of adopted from Tumblr that they're bringing into WordPress to make quick and easy blog posts. But one of the things to really keep in mind is blog posts always have categories. You will never really put a page in a category. So if you're actually trying to build a page and you start typing, I'm just going to type in title here and put in some googly gob. And, you have your content in there and you're thinking you're going to put another page in your navigation. If you look over here and you see category, that's a major, okay, no, this is not going to work. It's not in the right place. So if you go to the page, and as I said, you see over here on the page section, there is no categories. But the difference between a page and a post is the page has attributes. For this particular one, you can actually stack, and we'll talk about this when we get into pages. You can stack pages underneath each other. Those drop-down menus that you see? Well, when we get to that section, I'll show you how you can create a drop-down menu by stacking, making a main parent page and then sub-pages. Another option in the pages gives you, for this particular theme, and this, remember we're using a 2011 theme. This particular one has 3 different templates. You would never be able to choose a template for a blog post. You're pretty much, the blog post is pretty standard. You get the blog and you probably have a sidebar on the side. So I hope that helps. That was just, this was the pages versus posts was something I felt like I should address because it's really easy to go back and forth if you're not really paying attention and put content in the wrong place. And it's not like it's not something that's undoable. You would just have to take the time to copy and paste whatever you put in there. Like if you didn't want this here and you actually want it here. I mean, you just have to take the time to put it in the right place. And we all want to have our time be as efficient as possible when we're working on the website. So that's something I just wanted to point out, just to kind of wrap up what I was trying to say. If you're going to do a post, remember post lets you have the ability to choose categories. For pages, there are no categories, but pages actually lets you can create a main page or a sub page, and you can also choose the layout that you like to have for that particular page. And like I said, we'll get more into that. Actually, the next module coming up, module 2, is all about pages. So we're going to get in there. We're going to create a couple of pages for our WordPress Basics demo site. I'm going to show you a little bit about this toolbar up here, how to use it. There's a couple little areas that you might find really useful that maybe you haven't clicked on and tried before. And then we'll kind of keep on moving from there into post and then into the media library. And I think probably in the next couple of weeks, you should definitely be feeling more comfortable about using the various areas of your WordPress website. So I'll see you next time.